Welcome back. I sat down with Marywood Assistant Professor of Social Sciences Dr. Adam Shprintzen to talk about the historical significance of this election. Dr. Shprintzen's expertise lies in 19th century history, and he is an avid Abraham Lincoln fan. He is currently teaching a class at Marywood on the timeline of the American presidency. Let's take a look.
Certainly, I think that Secretary Clinton probably comes into this office with probably outside of, well, our founding generation and a few other modern presidents, probably the most experience directly related to the types of roles that she'll serve as the president. And certainly you can't say that with Donald Trump, whose experience is certainly outside the political realm, and I know for a lot of people that is exactly why he appeals. The flip side, of course, is that the presidency is unlike any other job in not just the United States, but in the world. And personally, I find comfort in the idea that somebody would hopefully enter into that office with experience not just in politics, but world affairs, and even within the experience of being able to work with people of differing views and differing political perspectives. And that's something that traditional politicians have no choice but to deal with, whether they're working in the Senate, in Congress, as a governor. And obviously that for the first time a major party is nominating a woman. This has been a story that's largely gone unnoticed. And the fact that you've had somebody ascend to the other major party's nominee who has zero formal political experience, I mean, these are pretty remarkable and sort of telling moments in terms of our political history. We've had people who haven't had direct high-level political experience before that have ascended to candidacies and also even actually to the White House, businessmen, things like that. But not, I think, at the same level that we're seeing with the Republican candidate this year. So I think as we think about this within the larger context of the presidency and how we understand the presidency, is one, just kind of the historic nature of this election, that outside of all of the difficulty that people have with what's gone on with this election, is that it really is a historic moment, and a very potential historic moment, and it'd be very unfortunate to lose sight of that, I think. But on the other hand is the way in which I think we've come to associate the presidency as sort of a celebrity role in and of itself. I know that we live in a generation of reality TV. It's kind of interesting to see that the presidency has gotten caught up within that very same sort of cultural milieu at this point as well. As much as we think of our democracy as being a direct pulse on our country, ultimately our democracy relies upon participation. And the ideas that win and the sides that win are the ones that get out more people to vote, and it's pretty simple in that sense. And your generation, many of whom are voting for the first time in a presidential election this year, in addition, have a really important place to play in this election, have a very important voice. For most of our students, they're going to be voting in a state that is very much up for grabs, certainly pointing in one direction right now, but you never know. So the idea, I know there's a lot of cynicism towards politicians and politics these days, and probably rightfully so. But the idea that that should override your desire to be involved in this process that is so wonderful in so many ways, and is a right that many people are still denied around the world, in our very own country even still today, and often we're denied to people throughout our own history.